Why are you making me do this? I thought I already reached my not good quota for the month.
You do what you're told, little baby, or you get the belt.
This new Godsmack album, it's not good. Boston, Massachusetts alternative metal and post-grunge outfit Godsmack. They are back. Once the musical bane of my existence in high school, as songs like Whatever and Keep Away and Awake were some of the most overplayed songs in rock radio history.
Yeah, I'm doing the best I ever can. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best I ever did. Now go away. I'm alive, for and you are awake.
The thing that kind of got to me about Godsmack over the years is that their songs felt so dark on the surface, but yet were so shallow once you got below that veneer. A lot of their guitar work just kind of felt like an extended Alice in Chains ripoff. Meanwhile, the singing of the band's frontman Sully mostly came off like a vastly inferior Eddie Vedder, you know, with all the hair, but none of the real, you know, vocal prowess. This is the band's 7th big commercial studio release, and they've been consistently releasing albums over the years. I just don't know what it is about this new album over here. It just got the best of me. It got my morbid curiosity. I guess I was just really out to lunch on the Oracle and 1000 HP. And you know, I'm really glad that I decided to take the plunge, revisit with When Legends Rise, because God, this is quite the alt metal album. It's pretty much a beautiful reminder of all the reasons the genre pretty much has died out. The band is sounding more overproduced than ever, and there are multiple parts on this thing where they're kind of giving into that typical millennial whoa, 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 whoa chorus style, which is something that a band as edgy as Godsmack I never foresaw giving into. And yet they do it so hard. And for whatever reason, the band's frontman, Sully, doesn't really kind of have that gruff, deep vocal tone that he once did. It's kind of like he's singing in a higher register on this record. His voice is sounding friendlier and more approachable than ever. There's kind of a bright sheen on the band's sound generally on this album. It's kind of like they turned into a born-again Christian alt-rock band. You know, just basically everything on this record is so par the course, it's so predictable, it's so average for Godsmack. The subpar, chunky, and aggressive, but not too aggressive guitar riffing, all these lyrics about kind of rising and persevering, so many lyrical cliches on this thing, like about being bulletproof or, you know, shooting stars. I mean, they might as well be writing songs on this thing about looking into someone's eyes or flying away or coming or going home. Listen to these whoa-whoas. It's so macho. It's so damn macho. I love how they took that millennial whoa, whoa, and then kind of turned it into a Viking chorus. Whoa, whoa, you're right, I've got a bow. I have no idea why rock bands sort of do that filter on the voice where you kind of get that distortion on it where it sounds like you're coming through like a loudspeaker or a McDonald's drive-thru box. It's like the least menacing thing ever. It's been done over and over and over, like hundreds of times at this point. It's no longer an interesting effect. There's another thing dogging me about this record, and the song Every Part of Me is one mere example of it, but I feel like Godsmack is wearing their influences on their sleeves like harder than ever on this record. It's not just the Pearl Jam and the Alice in Chains thing anymore. Like, there are numerous tracks on this thing that sound like blatant Metallica ripoffs. Like, not only are there solos on here that sound like Kirk Hammett solos, there are riffs on here that sound like maybe Load Reload era Metallica, but then there are vocal lines on this thing that sound totally James Hetfield. And for sure, Metallica has most likely been an influence on Godsmack for a long time, as they have been for many metal bands. But goddamn, there are numerous tracks on this thing that just sound like blatant Metallica ripoffs, and if you're gonna rip off Metallica, why are you ripping off like one of the worst eras of their career? You could do us all a favor and take us back to Ride the Lightning, but no, you won't do that. Instead, you're dropping tracks like Take It to the Edge, which is easily one of the hardest songs on this entire record. Okay, this sounds like a bad James Hetfield impression. Driving my fist down deep inside it. Oh yeah, gonna take it to a whole new level in spite of your bullshit. Tasting sweet anxiety, breaking through a melody. Maybe I just don't care anymore what you think of me. What are these lyrics? What are you taking your fist down deep inside of? It just sounds kind of gross. I'll take it to the edge, I'll take it to the other side, I'll hear you screaming, he's coming alive. I'll take it to the edge, I'll take it to the other side, I feel it breathing down deep inside. Down. Is this song about giving birth? I take it to the edge! Of course, following this, the band cannot top this aggression. They can't top taking it to the edge! So with the song Under Your Scars, they slow it down with a piano ballad, very necessary. On the song Say My Name later into the track list, things get a little kinky, I think. With lyrics on here like, you like the poison running through your veins, you're addicted to the pain and the shame, I'm chasing the same game every day, who don't know your bullshit and your vanity. Blind decisions, no regrets, a bittersweet of toxic sweat. But where the kinky part comes in my opinion, is on the bridge, where I think the band has quite a funky breakdown. You bring it down when you wanna turn around and bring it down. God, I haven't heard anybody sing like that since the 90s. I do have to give credit where it's deserved though. The following track, Let It Out, I think is the album's one true bright moment of legitimately good songwriting. And again, maybe it's all still relative at the end of the day because I don't think the lyrics have improved that greatly. I mean, Letting It Out is just as cliched a piece of imagery as nearly everything else on this album. But I just feel like the vocal melody on this track is so pure Godsmack, it doesn't feel like it's distilled from some other band. That really nasty, sinister, chunky guitar riff, you have those kind of dark and very moody and kind of eerie and foreboding vocals from Sully, where, I mean, at Godsmack's peak, that was kind of his trademark thing. And the verse here actually transitions pretty well into the hook. So let it out, let it go. I love that extra syllable he throws in there at the end of a one-syllable word. It adds a lot to the line. I think that was the first time in a Not Good where I legit gave a compliment to a record. The band really does save one of the biggest and best for last with Eye of the Storm. It's one of the more aggressive cuts on the record. It's nice to hear that they're going out with a bang more than a whimper. God, that makes me want to get a tribal and a motorcycle. Fuck yeah! Drink light beer, get a wallet chain, and beat the crap out of somebody for listening to Car Seat Headrest. But yet again, this track just sounds like a really bad Metallica leftover. I mean, if you had lied to me and told me that this was like load and reload B-sides and leftovers, I might believe you. I might believe you. I might get a bit of an inkling that like, hey, this sort of sounds like Godsmack, but I don't know, maybe Metallica was ripping them off or something? I'm just not sure what else to say about this album. It's really stereotypical, it's really predictable. The riffs are generic as hell, the lyrics are generic as hell. It's just so painfully average. I just want the pain to stop, I just want it to stop.
Okay, you did your jab. You can say it.
This Godsmack album, it's not good.